On to topic 4,
All right.
which is the I.O.I branch gugudan.
Buy the album, everyone, please.
With
I'm going to once I can afford it.
with Act.5 New Action. So yeah, they always do their acts. This is their 5th release, their 3rd mini album. And we are starting off with the title track, Not That Type. And I just love the concept of them doing new things every release, and having these acts. I did not expect this type of song, this minimalistic dance track. Cooper's excited that we're talking about gugudan now. But yeah, I did not expect this at all. I love the brass section pickup during the pre-chorus into the drop chorus. I thought the styling and the choreo were great. Yeah, I was just really, really happy with this release. Like I said, it wasn't what I expected at all, but it's been stuck in my head for a while now.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, at first I was kind of a bit mad on it, but it's a song. It's why I listen to songs, or I give songs enough room to grow, because I don't like doing like first reactions or first impressions necessarily, because I feel like they kind of betray you to some degree. So this is definitely a song that grew on me. But one thing I've always appreciated about gugudan is, like Nate says, is they're very very loyal to the idea of, they do concept albums, as in each of their different like mini albums is a different concept and a different genre. And as someone that always loves to see groups push the boundary or go try out new things, gugudan's basically like if it wasn't for how much I loved Wuju Sonyo, again, gugudan's probably like number 2 in terms of how much I love the group. And I guess the sad sort of thing is that stylistic change and not maintaining a sound it's definitely a hindrance to their popularity, because I feel like this song definitely took a while to get to 1 million on YouTube, and in previous cases they were getting like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, like a lot easier than that. And yeah, again, it's a lot harder, where in Korea they really just like one sound, or like you have to do this. It's like that I don't know, it's like that meme or whatever. It's like, what is your purpose? You do insert like whatever, and then they're like, it's like the robot doing like having like an existential crisis, where it's basically like they want you to stick to one type of sound. Where
it's similar to CLC's problem, where they couldn't exactly pinpoint what song works for them fast enough, and
so they just copied Hana.
Yeah, but I don't think gugudan copied Hana.
Yeah, no. In this case, gugudan didn't copy Hana. If anything, this sounds like a Wiki Mickey song. I was like, whoa, this is awesome, because I love Wiki Mickey as well. But they still managed to pull the concept off. Like, again, that's so cool. Like, if you think out like where they started off, like with Act 1 all the way to here, it's just like the progression that they've made is so cool. As for the actual song itself, again, I do enjoy it. Like, it's a really good like girl crush style of song specifically. It's pretty much like, it has like a dance hall beat, but just like a really like upbeat sort of thing. So yeah, the beat, I'd say, or the instrumentals, I'd say, are the most appealing factor of this. I'd say maybe the only sort of minor complaint I'd have is the chorus could be a bit more like interesting, like lyrically, than ooh, but that being said, I don't mind it necessarily, is because they're drawing attention away from the lyrics. They're drawing more attention to the choreography, which I really did enjoy. Exactly. Yeah, that's definitely a conscious decision that they made. So it's not really too big of a gripe, honestly. Also, again, gugudan's another good group that, in terms of adapting vocal style to genre, like, again, like Sejeong, like obviously Sejeong's just like a really good vocalist, obviously, so she's definitely going to be versatile in that sort of way. It's kind of funny just because, like, again, she's kind of known for like, oh my god, she can belt or whatever. It's like, she has an incredible voice, and yet she still manages to fit this concept very well. Same thing with like the rest of them as well. And obviously Mina's probably at home in this type of concept, because she's the cutesy she's the cutesy rapper type person. In terms of visuals, I love the outfits. I love like the neon sort of thing. I love fuckway Kangmina. Oh my god, I'm so in love. It's so good. And just obviously, I'm a big fan of streetwear in general, so I'm obviously gonna like it. Though I do miss black-haired Sejeong. I do miss
Cooper Band Flixer.
The Boots is the best gugudan song. Like even by a mile. But yeah, again, I really loved Sejeong's like the bangs and the ponytail look that she had in Gugudan Semina. So I'm kind of sad that she went away from that here, honestly, because I really thought that was like a really good look for her. But that's just picky. That's just being picky at this point. I think most of them just had a really good styling in general.
Yeah, so for me, I'm usually not a fan of the like repetitive beat drop chorus. Like we actually complained about that on Blackpink, but I thought it was really, really good and effective on this song. Like it's got to be fun and it's got to be high energy, and you know, for it to be pulled off. And I think Gugudan really did that. And overall, I think this does give A Girl Like Me a run for its money for my favorite Gugudan song.
Wow.
So yeah, I really like this.
I forgot to mention the Woo Girl Woo is so good. I think it perfectly, like exactly like you said, it keeps that high energy up. Just that part where they're just like woo.
Also, another thing I really like is just the sort of who's doing the English at the end.
I'm not sure. I think it's Nayoung, if I remember correctly.
I don't know.
I'm not 100% sure.
That's the thing. I'm really bad with names in Gugudan. For as much as I love them, I'm just like Sejeong, Mina. But that being said, like again, I still really like that sort of tiny detail of like the English.
That's so loud. Yeah, I'm gonna check for it. But yeah, next is Be Myself, and this is that funky R&B that I think they do really well. It's got sexy sax during the chorus, and Mina's rap. Holy shit. It's so good. She goes so hard in this song. Yep. And like she needs to feature on a Ravi mixtape. Why hasn't this happened yet?
Jellyfish, what are you doing?
She proved in this song that she can do like an actual like hardcore trap song.
Why can't like Ravi just feature on a Gugudan track? Like imagine Ravi featuring on...
Well, he made one of these tracks and I think he had a English
he did?
intro.
Which one?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Okay, yeah,
but that's all my thoughts on the song. I thought this song was amazing, and they fit this style so well.
Obviously, this future bass. That's all I really need to say. But
yeah,
again, this really like going towards like this type of sounds is what really makes me appreciate the sort of like musical chameleon aspect of Gugudan, where like again. Yep. You'd think hearing this song, you'd think, oh, this is probably what Gugudan does like as for a living, basically, or just like this is what their entire sound is. Just how well they're able to fit these different sounds is just so good. And yeah, Mina, just that verse is just incredible. Yeah. It's probably her best rap verse, like in general, like taking into account like everything that she's done both inside of Gugudan and outside of Gugudan and with like I.O.I and everything. So yeah, it's probably one of like her most memorable verses as well. Yep.
Yeah, like literally my first note, or not my first note, but one of my notes was Mina's rap. Holy crap. Yep. Like in all caps. Like, oh my god, that was amazing. She goes in on this song. I was waiting for this all my life.
Yep.
And also, again, like super interesting to hear Gugudan do like the future bass R&B style song. And yeah, I wasn't expecting them to do anything like this. So like super awesome to hear.
I also just found out that this was their comeback bonus song. So there's a live version of this. So I need to watch that after this.
Okay, I need to see Mina do that choreography to this.
And I need to see Mina do that. Hopefully it's not cut, because usually they cut those songs. It's only 2 minutes long, so hopefully it still has Mina's rap in it.
Oh, if they take out Mina's rap, like I am going to write a strongly worded letter in it
to Mnet.
They were like, "What the hell what does this say? It's in English."
Okay. Next we have Dear. And for me, like, this song is the type of song we talked about when we reviewed Baby Baby.
Yep.
Like how
Exactly what I wrote.
girl groups take inspiration from that album, and this is that in a nutshell. And once again, like, this also fits them perfectly. Like, they're so versatile in the type of music that they can put out. It's great because they can do this album that's a mix of just completely different genres, and all the songs are so good. The bridge definitely stood out to me on this song. It was fantastic.
Oh, probably the chorus for me, honestly, just because I really love again, you have good vocalists in this group, so obviously any type of chorus vocal is gonna stand out. So maybe the comparisons to like maybe that Soyee comparison you made is probably why I don't really hate it, because again, otherwise it'd probably be like a standard sounding song, or just something that really wouldn't stand out. But maybe juxtaposed against like the really like girl crush elements here, it's what makes this stand out to some degree. And that being said, again, it still kind of fits in some way in terms of vocals, or just how good the vocals ended up being in this track, or just like the R&B nature of the track, as opposed to just like, I don't know, just like the simplistic like I don't know, ballad tracks that they'd have on some of their earlier albums. But yeah, it still doesn't feel too alien amongst the other tracks in this mini album.
Yep. Another one that, like, again, all right, so let me backtrack. This is more what I expected from the album tracks. And then like the second thing I said was like it again, like what Nate said, it reminds me of SNSD first album. Therefore, I like it.
That's pretty much the only explanation you need for a lot of tracks. It sounds like SNSD, first album. Therefore, it
brings me back to that era, and honestly, I will never turn that down.
Yeah, so. It has a nostalgia aspect to it that you can appreciate.
Yep.
Next is Shotgun, and let's go. And what I just said about that song and like this album, how they can do any style, they just did all of the styles in the song, because it goes from like funk to pop, and then it drops into like a trap song. And normally I would hate it, but somehow like it just worked, and I don't know what they did to make it work, but I thought for me it worked.
This is probably the only miss, honestly, and it's weird because I enjoy everything up to the chorus, honestly. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not a fan of the type of like weird sing rapping like da 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 da. It's just kind of, we're just like a super monotone sort of thing. It kind of puts me off. That being said, but I love the vibe of the song, but yeah, maybe that's just, I don't know, there's just something about that part of the song that just sort of is off-putting to me. But hey, literally everything else about it is fine except for that one part.
Yeah, so for me, it's really weird. Like the drop is so odd and jarring. However, like unlike on Tempo, I didn't like it as much, but on this song, I don't think it ruined the song. I actually liked what they did. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but yeah, I really like this song despite it. So,
yep. Next is Do It, and Cooper informed us this is the song that Ravi made, and he thinks that it's his voice on the track too, because there's a male voice. But this is my favorite song. It's got that Mina style singing going on. Like it's got like the funky instrumentals, it's got the TTS style Mina vocals. The rap parts are great. The guitar part like makes this song just over the top. It's easily my favorite song on the album, good. and I think this album's amazing. So
again, like you said, it definitely brings those Mina vibes. It's, if I were to relate it back to a title, it's probably more like A Girl Like Me in terms of just like sort of vibe similarity. So going back to that, going back to that is definitely an interesting sort of take, and it's cool. It's cool to see how all these like sort of all these sub-units are subtly influencing the main groups, like we saw with like EXO-CBX's funky style sort of leaking its way into EXO, and again, like we mentioned with Semina's style of song leaking their way into the album track here. So obviously, and like funky songs like this are definitely like they're Sejeong songs, obviously, just because Sejeong just gets to go off in them essentially. So that's always a plus.
Yeah, so for me, easily the best song in the album for me. I really love this. Another thing is I really love the guitar throughout it. Like again, that's like how to make me like a song. Just have a really nice like funky guitar throughout the whole thing, and I will fall in love with the song most likely if the rest of it isn't like complete trash. And also the chorus, just do it. I can't do it because I'm listening to the song at the same time, but yeah, it's super catchy. But yeah, forgive my bad rendition of that because it was playing at a different time when I was trying to do it. I was like, oh, that doesn't work.
Didn't work out well. So yeah, we definitely need Ravi to do more gugudan songs.
Ravi.
Can he do it?
So good.
Can he do a single?
He can replace Hyeyeon in Ogu Ogu.
Aww. Oh, poor
No.
All right. Sad, but also kind of it would be cool.
Just the fact that Ravi does this type of music, and then he does alcohol, as like an actual like sing, just like that's what you call a moe gap, where basically, or it's like gap moe, where he does like these badass type of songs, and then he can produce these really like nice like upbeat girl group type of songs. So that is the definition of gap moe.
And finally we have Pastel Sweater. I love the like synth orchestra instrumentals. Vocals are great. This is just like that fun, happy song to jam to. I think like it fits the name perfectly because it's just like that comforting, like fun song.
If I were to draw comparisons, it'd probably sound like maybe maybe a mix of like Oh My Girl and April to some degree.
Yeah,
or maybe
I said G-Friend. I like G-Friend.
G-Friend, just
the
like
orchestra. Yeah, the orchestra stuff makes it sound a little bit more like G-Friend.
Yeah, and in that sort of sense. So I really enjoyed this. It's a good ending track, definitely, and the chorus is super addictive. You're my sweater, like that's like I don't know, just like that. I get it. Normally I'm very sort of irritated by repeated chorus, verses sort of thing. But it works well in this because it's musical.
Yep. Oh yeah, okay. So I thought like the beginning instrumental kind of sounded like the intro part to like an anime intro, to some kind of like cute anime intro. I don't know. Yeah. That's what it kind of sounded like.
It sounds like something that would work for like freaking like I don't know, like a Card Captor Sakura or something like that. Just like a really like old school like anime or whatever.
Yeah, and so the beginning verse sounded a little generic at first, but the chorus really made up for it. And I think from there, like on second listen, I was completely fine with it. I was like, it's not that bad. I really enjoyed this song actually. Just took a couple listens is all. Yeah.
And that's it for their fifth release, their third mini album.
Yep.
Now we'll do our ratings. For me, I think it's 10 out of 10. I think it's their best release. Yep. I love the styling. I love the choreo. I love all the songs on the album, and then obviously Bias Point. So yep, 10 out of 10.
I initially was going to give it an 8, just because 5 out of 6 for music is probably not going to change. And just again, I had my gripes a bit with Shotgun, but other than that, I did enjoy most of the tracks. And initially, it was supposed to be a 2 out of 3 for concept, but now that I really think about it, I love I love gugudan's concept just in general. Their sort of like act structure. I love the choreography, and I definitely loved like the styling and like the visuals and the music video and everything. So that's a 3 out of 3 pretty much. Like if using 3 out of 3 as a bargaining chip gets me more fuckboy Kang Mina, I will do it. I will abandon all integrity for more fuckboy Kang Mina. And obviously, I'm gonna be
Flixer is banned for the 10 billionth time.
I know. He stayed up for this whole thing, saying he'd be way too late. I just complained about him the whole time.
Seriously, thank you for staying up. I know it's really early in the morning out there in Europe, so thank you. His comment, for those that aren't in the replay or just listening, his comment says, quote, 4 out of 6 for music, 3 out of 3 for concepts, although I prefer their weirder ones, and -1 for Bias Point. What? Can you?
That's
Because
not
yeah,
allowed.
yeah.
That's
Is
not
that
allowed in
legal?
my
Yeah,
grading
yeah.
scheme, sir.
Is that legal?
So it's 6 out of 10. No, it's not, but it
I
doesn't
will
matter.
not-
He's banned.
But yeah, in my part, yeah, I definitely can make the argument for bumping it up to 9. And again, I've really been surprised with how much I've enjoyed gugudan this year. Honestly, they're probably like under the radar, obviously, because they're not as high profile when it comes to the I.O.I branches or just in groups in general.
Sucks so much because I think they're easily the best I.O.I branch for me, at least.
I don't know.
Because I think when we did the ranking, I think I put them number 1 because I know they were like up there with Pristine for me. Those two are the top for me.
Bold.
Too bad about
bold
Pristine though.
statement
They're like not
from
doing anything.
Cooper
But
in chat. The best I.O.I branch album.
honestly, I might agree with him.
You can
make an
Alright,
argument
I'm
for
gonna
it,
reveal.
but I
I'm gonna
don't know.
reveal my score already because I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Well, you 10 out of 10,
I really,
yeah.
really enjoyed it.
Wait, hold up. You realize this is like the third.
Yeah, everything is like average.
This is
10.
this is like the fourth
Or no,
straight
twice
week.
is 9, but still.
No,
Where
twice is a 9.
We haven't
If Andrew didn't give it,
Well, no, this
such
is
a low score.
we haven't not given something a shiny in like a month.
In like 4
this is
weeks.
really bad. This is really bad.
But
Damn
there-
you,
this-
2018.
It's
Stop
so
releasing
good
such
though.
good music.
But I mean, you wanted to
So
go deeper.
10 out of 10 overall.
No, I loved all the songs. I thought the music video was awesome. Album art, I think was like it's not anything special, but I think it's super like nice and stylish. I really like the font they used and the color scheme. I don't know, for whatever reason, red and yellow are my favorite color combination. Whatever.
McDonald's?
I swear I'm not communist. I'm the opposite.
You're
but,
not. I swear you're not communist.
yeah, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this album. I want people to stop sleeping on gugudan already. They're like without contest for me the best I.O.I branch.
Flixer says worst I.O.I branch. Decent.
Decent.
What the hell?
No,
I almost put him in timeout for it.
I mean, I don't think honestly, like usually, at least on my part, most of the I.O.I branches can just either interchange outside of like Wuju Sonyeoi, who I still think is like my number 1. But I don't think anyone ever like goes below Die. For better or for worse.
Why is this message held for review?
I don't know. You said you'll eat his socks.
We could get censored out of our own live chat. What?
No,
is
just
nuts?
Cooper. Cooper got censored.
Oh, I don't
He
know.
said if Wana 1 gets a shiny next week, I'll eat my socks. But
we'll see. We'll see.
It got censored or held for review.
Maybe because it's one letter off from being a different word.
Yeah,
Sucks.
exactly.
No, not sucks.
What? What? What's the one?
It doesn't matter. You'll figure it out later.
Okay. Never mind. But yeah, it definitely deserves a shiny. Honestly, I think yeah, you can make an argument for all of the albums, obviously deserving a shiny. But that being said, yeah, leave us your comments and your thoughts if you're watching the replay or if you're watching the topic. Obviously, we're still taking input from people in our live chat going on right now. But I think that'll close it out for the show. Correct?
Yep.
That's it
So
for
with
me.
that, thank you and goodbye.